Hey guys, sorry to my subscribers who actually watched this since I did not make an episode last week. I was preoccupied with... Okay, so I'm just plain lazy. This in itself is something to get me working instead of just being a lazy bum and doing nothing. Anyway, please enjoy Current Interests. This week, it took me a while to find something that was actually appropriate, and although my choice and interest this week isn't really appropriate, it is funny as hell. This is something that I never thought that I would like. Every time I've watched anything like it, I've hated it, and it has made me sick. Basically, this show is the kind of game show thing where a couple is put on a blind date. It's kind of like a prank show as they don't know what the actual meaning of the show is, but they do know that they are being taped. Though, it is also kind of like those bar hookup shows where five guys sit in a room and watch as guys try to pick up girls, randomly commenting when they screw up. Both of these shows I hate, but when I saw this one, it didn't make me sick or anything of the sort. The name of this show is Love Court, and it's hosted by Much Music, even though it rarely has anything to do with music. I first heard about the show while watching Video on Trial, and a comedian named Eddie Della Siepe would keep on plugging this show. Finally, I gave up and looked it up on Much Music, where the full episodes are posted. I was even happier when I found out that my favorite comedians from Video on Trial were the judges. Eddie Della Siepe, of course, Darren Rose, Dini DeMacos, and Andrew Johnston. This show is basically like I said before. A couple go on a blind date and are taped while the judge is watching comment. The difference is that the couples are given interesting activities to do on the date, and the judge's comments are actually funny and aren't condescending towards the daters. They crack jokes just like they would on Video on Trial or even on a stage. One of my favorite episodes is the one with the lesbian blind date, and the judges crack hilarious jokes. I would actually like to see more of these types of episodes. Some of the funnier episodes are the ones where the two have obviously no chemistry, and so it's just full of one of the daters trying to belittle the other one with rude comments and actions. It's notable that some of the guys on the show, okay, the majority, are total dicks, who think they're the hottest thing ever, and same goes for some of the girls. All I have to say is that this show is awesome, and you should all go check it out, lest I find you and murder you while you sleep. Nah, just kidding, but seriously, watch this. The premise is awesome, and the comedians are funny as hell. What's not to like? So, it's my turn to plug this show. Love Court is set to air on Mondays at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, but if you miss the episodes, you can always go to muchmusic.com and search for Love Court. As for subject, I say that English would be the most reasonable choice, since a lot of people that are put on that show can barely read. In one of the episodes, Andrew even says, "Kids at home, take a look at these two and take note. Stay the fuck in school." This was about a couple that hadn't continued schooling after high school. Anyway, Violet221 signing